Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocobrew.
Hello punters and welcome to the Cocobrew Rocky Turf Talk for Callaghan Park Racing Friday, April 5. Former Kiwi Warwick Satherley is a new addition to our riding ranks here in Queensland and really starting to make a name for himself. In February, he rode a quartet of winners here at Callaghan Park, then backed it up again in March at our St Paddy's race day. He's got a good book of rides this weekend on Friday and Saturday. To analyse their chances, we sat down with the jockey they call the Iceman earlier today. Warwick, you're born in Foxton, the North Island of New Zealand. You've got 5 sisters and 3 brothers. You're the one of 9 children. Fair to say, Mum and Dad didn't watch a lot of TV when they first hooked up?
No. Big family. Probably just a typical dairy family. In those years, I think a lot of families had, they just had a lot of kids.
Back in them early days, how did your interest in racing come about?
Dad used to follow the horses, so I used to get the scratchings for him every Saturday morning, and I just picked up the jockeys' names and the horses' names and just basically started following them.
You're apprenticed to 2 great Kiwi trainers in Paddy Busserton and Jep Lins. No doubt they taught you a lot in regards to horsemanship. They would have entrenched a hard work ethic as well.
2 great trainers. They knew their horses. They made you work, and your work standard of work ethics, it had to have been high.
Warwick, after a very successful apprenticeship, you then rode freelance as a senior rider in the North and South Islands of New Zealand until weight took its toll. You took a break away from the thoroughbred racing industry.
Yeah, struggled with my weight a fair bit. I got out of racing and went and done a bit of dairy farming. Enjoyed it. It was a good change, but very hard work.
After 5 years in the dairy industry, racing was your true passion. You come back riding work in New Zealand for your former boss in Paddy Busserton and a trainer who was destined for bigger and better things to come, a young Chris Waller.
Yeah, I met Chris because he was a Foxton boy as well. He eventually took over Paddy's stables as foreman, and then Paddy moved to Singapore. Worked with Chris for a number of years before he moved to Sydney, and he always had the will to train winners, and we know how big his story is.
Warwick, your horsemanship skills then took you abroad to the land of the rising sun, Japan, where you crafted your trade as a work rider.
Yeah, I worked over there for 4 years. Great training facilities. Horses are amazing horses, big, strong horses. Great experience.
You crossed the ditch 5 years ago and started work for astute Rose Hill trainer Lee Curtis, and you also worked on the barriers on race day for the Australian Turf Club.
Yeah, great man to work for, Lee Curtis and his wife, Cherie. Small team, but they always had decent sort of horses. I stayed with with Lee for 4 years and worked on the barriers as well.
Just after COVID, you and your gorgeous partner Joanna pulled up stumps and took up residence here in Rockhampton. What made the beef capital home?
Yeah, Joanna and we came up a number of times to look at some properties. We liked the property that we actually brought. It was a nice flat 20 acres, blank canvas. We've got a nice house on there, and we're just slowly sort of doing it how we want to do it.
You've been back race riding full-time since last May, and you're also the holder of a dual trainer jockey licence.
Yeah, it's good to have 2 licences. You're probably going to dabble in both sort of things. So.
Well, this calendar year, you've hit the ground running as a jockey. On Thursday, February 24, you produced a PB, a personal best, by riding 4 winners on a 6-race program. Then you backed it up again on the St Patrick's Day race meeting in mid-March, riding 4 winners again, with one being a horse that you also train in, Sir Grace. No doubt something very special on a day that you'll remember in years to come.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's only had 3 starts and won his 3rd start. You'll never forget those sort of emotions as well.
Well, let's turn to your rides on Friday and Saturday. Friday, the fields are out. Race 1, horse 2, Hell, a former Victorian, trained by Nick Walsh.
Yeah, won a trial very, very easy. His work's been really good. He settled into the environment quite nicely. We've got a tricky bit of a gate to be coming out of, but I think we'll try and work some magic from there.
Then to race 2, horse 11, Q Rider, a horse trained by Graham Green that performed well in a recent Callaghan Park barrier trial.
Yeah, won a trial nicely, beat a couple of handy horses. Check was heavy that day and it did like it. I don't think we're going to get there till on Friday. Draw on gate 15, so I'm not sure what we'll do from there.
Then to race 3, horse 7, the Country Cup. You ride Coco Cuba for Glendabelle.
Looks like Aussie's coming into the form. His last 2 runs have been good for 2 seconds. Dropped 6 kilos, steps up to a mile. I think he's quite a good runner's chance.
Then to race 5, horse 3, Sir Grace. Can he go back to back?
Yeah, I hope so. Drawn good. His work on Tuesday was really, really good. So he'll jump from there and race quite handy. So we'll see what he's got at the business end.
Well, those 4 horses look to be your best on Friday. Saturday, final fields aren't out yet, but Doubting Eye is a horse. But it's won its past 3. Looks to be one right out of the top draw.
Yeah, he is. He's small. He's tough. They call him adamant. So whatever he does, you know, he'll try his hardest.
What's the best over the weekend?
Hell.
Warwick, not only are you a great addition to our riding ranks here in central Queensland, but you're a wonderful ambassador to our industry. So much so you've been rewarded for your efforts by being crowned the Cocobrew Racing Participant Award winner for the month of March. Keep up the good work. Good luck with your rides over the weekend, and thanks for joining us on RTT today.
Yeah, thank you, Russell. And a big appreciation to Cocobrew too. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is John Tapp, and when you're in Rockhampton for the races, Cocobrew is your one-stop shop. With a wide range of craft beers and cocktails, the restaurant has a succulent menu and the best steaks in town. The boardroom and whiskey lounge will cater for your private function. Accommodation, they've got you covered with boutique apartments on site at a 4.5-star rating. And for coffee and food on the run, head straight to Cocobrew Express. When next in town, let the crew from Cocobrew look after you.
Selections, race 1, the maiden handicap over 1,050 metres. Hero like horse number 2 in Hell. A former Victorian looked very sharp in winning a recent Callaghan Park barrier trial. He brings his Victorian form to the races. I do think he'll win at his Queensland debut. And Warwick Satherley does the rotting for the Nick Walsh stable with Hell. Danger number 4, High Jewels. Third best one, Diamond Sky. 241, numbers race 1. Then to race 2, the 2-year-old maiden handicap over 1,100 metres. Hero like horse number 6 and Good Girl Polly. Horse from Toowoomba, a little very good running second on its home track at Clifford Park last start. I do think it'll go one better here, and Zetner and Gowan are in the corner of Good Girl Polly. Second selection number 10, Littletown Flash. Third selection 12, Ranrara. 6, 10, 12, numbers race 2. Then to race 3, this starts the quaddie, the Magic Millions Country Cup over the mile. Hero like horse number 2 and Murrabinda Mick. He's won his past 2 on the country tracks. I do think he'll make it 3 straight, and Olivia Kendall has the reins for the Craig Smith yard. Danger number 7, Coco Cuba. Third best one, Diasonic, 271, numbers race 3. Then to race 4, the 3-year-old maiden handicap over 1,300 metres. Hero like horse number 4 in Me Time. Well, this filly comes up a very good second at Aurelie and Mackay last start. Do you think she'll go one better here and break through for a maiden win? And Leighton Kun are in the corner of Me Time. Second selection number 10, Flying Maple. Third selection 3, Gerarda, 4, 10, 3, numbers race 4. Then to race 5, the ratings band 0.55 handicap over 1,500 metres. Hero like horse number 3 in Sir Grace. He replicates what he did last start. I do think he'll go back to back, and Satherley is in the corner of Sir Grace. Danger number 1, Fullman. Third best 4, Jenny Swanessi, 314, numbers race 5. Then to race 6, the Class 1 handicap over 1,100 metres. Hero like horse number 4 in Penman. He's had the benefit of 2 barrier trials going into this first up assignment. He was a winner 2 back. Do you think he'll be winning? And Stanley and Walsh combine. Second selection number 5, Cannon Hill. Third selection 3, Skylight Song, 453, numbers race 6. Best bet on the program comes up in race 1, horse number 2 in Hell. Good luck, good punning, and I'll catch you at the track on Friday.
Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocobrew.